golf course for dummies. And I mean real fucking dummies. Check this out. Let me go back a bit. When President Clinton and I were talking back in 95 or 96, when he was going over my history about how great I was, he said something that I never thought was going to go true. I never thought was going to come true. He say whites with no experience and degree gonna make you prove yourself to them. So you're gonna have to prove yourself to them, son. Even if you got 20, 30 to 40 years experience, you will be proving yourself to whites with zero experience. And I say, why, Mr. President? He say, because if they ain't your boss, they're gonna be your boss. I let that brush over because in my world, it's no way possible. Remember, I was still young and dumb when it came to racism and discrimination, even though I was a property of the claim, even though I had a rough college 3 years, with racism. I'm still thinking that the harder you work, the smarter you work, the more you advance. That was the American dream back then in the 80s, in the 90s. Even though my college and President Clinton told me it don't apply to blacks. But I still couldn't believe it. Remember, this was in 95. Now we up in, let's say, 2012. Let's say 2012 to be safe. They hired this new kid, right? White kid. And we put him with a Spanish guy named Wilmer. And what they supposed to were doing while we were getting ready for the one a month, we were closed for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They supposed to go around and wash ball washer. Let me break down ball washer to you slowly. What I mean by wash and clean ball washers. Ball washers, if when your ball go in the lake or when your ball get dirty, you wash it in the ball washer. So remind you, just think about muddy lake water. Not the lake water, but stir the mud up. And then get a glass and scoop it and drink it. You drinking turtle shit, fish shit, moccasin shit, which is snake for y'all who don't know, gator shit, all they get it mixed up in the ball washer. Then on top of the ball washer, you see bird shit, rat shit, lizard shit, and frog shit. Because you're always seeing frogs and rats on top of the ball washer, in lizard. You know what I mean? Because what they do is climb, the ball washer got a garbage can to it, about it. They climb up that garbage can. Then they jump on the tower. All ball washers have towers on the side of it. Then they climb on top where they relax, and do what they do, right? So, Wilmer got 15 years experience. The white kid, let's be nice and say, well, he just came on that job there. But he worked with me a long time ago in 2001 before he went to the Army or whatever. Before he went to the Army, he worked with me a long time ago. Nice kid. Listen well, follow direction. But he don't seem racist. But what I do know, when they get on the job and they know the whole job is racist, they follow the lead. Right now I can call this guy and he'll come here for me through hell or high water. Me and him were close like that. I would say we were like brotherly close, right? But that ain't the point. I got to tell the story. So I looked at them from a distance when they were halfway finished. The front nine, the back nine, they were halfway finished. And I see the kid pick up the ball washer. He poured the nasty muddy water that ain't been changed in 6 months into a water cooler what the workers and the golfers drink out of, right? And I'm like, I go up there. I say, hey, man, what y'all doing? Wilma, what they doing? I say, I told you to watch Wilma. You asked me could you use the water cooler, and I told you no, hell no. I told you to just watch Wilma. Wilma got 2 5-gallon buckets, or 3 5-gallon bucket back there. What Wilma was doing was right. Wilma poured the ball washer onto the ground, right? The water. He poured on the ground. Then he got water in soap and water in 2 buckets. And the 3rd bucket he used to fill the water. He used to fill he had a big water jug where he filled the water the ball washer back up. And Wilma say, the kids won't listen, man. The kid won't listen, man. I show the kid. I pour the water on the ground. I take it right with this soap and clean the outside of the ball washer, man. But the kid don't listen, man. He don't listen. He no good, bro. He no good. So I say, well, y'all might as well go ahead and finish doing it that way. I said, but man, instead of pouring that stank-ass water inside the cooler, just pour it on the ground. The water come on at night, it's going to wash it down, and you won't be able to smell that stank water no more. Right? They continue, right? So I go back to the office, and I say, boss, man, you need to get four coolers and throw the coolers out their way. I said, that boy using it in a clean ball washer. He actually put in that stink-ass ball washer in the cooler, washing it. And I say, if he won't put it in the cooler, if he was just using the right, it's still no good because it got all kind of shit on it, boss. I say, the guy hard-headed, man. I say, the Wilma got 3 buckets back there with soap and water in it, in a water jug. But the guy gonna show Wilma that he ain't finna do what he say do. Right? That's the whole point of it. The guy done spotted at the job of racing, and he gonna show the Mexican and me, because I'm his boss, that he ain't got to do what I say do. Right? So my boss say, why would he do that? Okay, I talked to Joe. I said, what you got to talk to Joe for? You mean you the boss, bro? And then I left, right? Now the golf course open. 2 or 3 weeks later. They were cleaning out pet mails on number 2 green slope on the side. We had a bunch of pet mail, right? So I pulled up, and all the guys were laughing. And I said, what funny? They say, don't drink out the water cooler, boss. Say, none of us ain't drinking out the water cooler no more. I say, why? They say the new kid just asked Dennis to take him at some water. And Dennis say he went to taking the number 3 because we right here on 2. It don't make sense to drive all the way back to the clubhouse with number 3 right there with a water cooler. And Dennis say he went to take the kid to number 3 to get the water. And the kid say, oh, hell no. Hell no. I ain't drinking on the water cooler. Man, take me to the clubhouse. I ain't drinking on the water cooler. And then they come back and told us, whatever you do, don't drink out the water cooler. I said, man, I told the boss to get in the water cooler. He said, the boss ain't get him. The boss ain't get him. So now I'm mad. And again, I shouldn't be, because the golfer is the one drinking shit water. Rat water, alligator shit water, turtle shit, everything, right? And like my classmate tell me, that God way of punishing them because of racism, putting his dumb ass over you. But I still get mad because I'm trained to protect the environment, the golfers, homeowners, and workers. I'm trained to protect. So I go to my boss. Hey man, why you ain't getting no water cooler? Well, he say he clean them out with bleach. He say he clean them out with bleach. I say, do you know bleach only kills 99.9% of germs, right? I said that 0.1% could be billions and trillions of other germs. And I say research and showed that bleach kill more good germs than they do bad. I say, man, you got these people drinking that nasty ass shit out of their water cooler? They ain't worth a new water cooler? Just for a little water cooler? Well, that's the budget. Oh, I just got out of there. And right now they kid the boss. And my boss is the boss. At another big golf course, they get a loss of play. It's a government course. But anyway, enjoy your rat shit, turtle, alligator water. That's what you get for being racist. Golf course for dummies. Thank you and goodbye.